Do you feel like, the more events you're doing and the more kind of, I guess, light that's been placed on this project, do you feel like things are somewhat changing for you or changing for the culture in general?
So more so for the culture. I mean, obviously for me, but I'm gonna be serving God no matter what, So I never even looked at this as an opportunity situation or as a something that could change something for me. I just was honored to be even a part of Darius's vision, for the
Yeah.
mic drop. I definitely think it's dope to go back and highlight the people that came before us. It's been, well, I guess on a personal level, it's been amazing. I've grown so much just being around, these OGs and learning so much from them. I think a lot of time that's one part that we miss as younger artists. We don't really take the time to go, learn from the people that came before us. So, it's been eye opening in that sense for sure.
What you just said, why do you think that? Like, is it just because, like, in an artist mind, they're just like, all right, I'm about me. My generation makes the best music. I know best. This is what we're doing. I don't need no OGs. Like,
Right.
what do you think's like the mindset of the current generation of artists that kind of always makes them like a little bit cocky?
My mama, my daddy can't tell me nothing because they don't know what I'm going through type vibe. You know what I'm saying? I think that dynamic is still present, even in this. They like, man, when y'all was doing it, it was a lot different. But they don't understand, is that it was different, but it was still similarities there. We're using a book that's thousands and thousands of years old, and the things in that book still apply to things that we go through today. You know what I'm saying? The book of the Bible, it's things still apply today. How does that even make sense? So what we can do is take principles, back from what they used to do, principle from this, principle from that, this example, and then switch it and apply it to our current situation. I think it's just a gap there where we think, people who did it before us, since it wasn't as successful and as big and as massive as we think, we don't really want to reach back. Or the other thing is we think that it's you can age out. So once you age out, you know what I'm saying, you're not important anymore because you've aged out. But thank God for technology. Even people, finna be 50. I talked to Chili, he finna be 50, but he finna drop another album because there's some more 50-year-olds out there that still love his music, that still listen to his stuff. So, we can learn from both of each other. We can all come together and like rock out. So yeah, I've been learning a lot.
You got a approach to be in this film almost, what, like 5 years ago
Yeah.
already. So from 5 years ago until now, like what has changed for you? And was there anything that you were doing, back then that you were aspiring to do that you're now, able to do?
So so when I was approached with this, I was still, to be honest, still just foot on the gas as much as I could. And so one the things that have changed the most is just my strategy has changed. I've become a little bit more open-minded to different strategies. Initially, it was just hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, and then I'm realizing as I got older that hard work won't always do it. Talent won't always do it. There are different elements, what I'm saying, that you need to add, to what you do to even bring value to the table. And so I started building a team around me, getting people around me that believed in the vision that God gave me, and we just start running. So over time, it's just grown and grown and grown, and we're one song away from going crazy. So like the biggest difference was literally just the amount of content that we've created over the last 4 or 5 years. When they approached me about it, what I'm saying, Dallas is like one of the biggest cities for CHH, but it ain't a lot of artists out of CHH that make it to a notable level. You know what I'm saying? It's either Lecrae, Tripoli, Tadashi, because they from the North Texas area, or nobody else. So when I was approached with it, I was like, bro, I gotta hit up Street Hymns because he going crazy. I gotta hit up Shot Speaks because she going crazy. Like at that point, we was all just going stupid. You know what I'm saying? But Dallas is like a big mecca. And so we've all of our careers has evolved and matured. And now I'm able to, do ticketed events. Now I can go places and, people will know the words to my song. That's brand new. You know what I'm saying? People knowing the whole verses, not just the turn up hook or the part you teach. But people DMing me, telling me that my music is changing their lives and they were gonna commit suicide. And then they heard this song, I Know Who I Am. It reminded them of who they were in God. Like all those things, you know, those are the big differences that I'm seeing.
When people look back on your generation of CHH, like in 30 to 40 years from now, just like we're doing with Mic Drop 30 to 40 years ago,
Right.
you know, what would you want this, you know, next Mic Drop generation of, you know, the 2010s to 2020s, whatever, what would you want people to see reflected in that?
I would want them to see the infiltration into every aspect of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like Christian rap initially was like here, and then it started to trickle out. But right now, it's everywhere. We in video games, we in movies, we everywhere. So I want them to, in 10, 20 years, when they look back, to be like, man, that was the first song they got on Netflix. That was the first song they got on Madden 2021. That was the first song. Man, that sparked the revival. Man, they was on the same stage with Lil Baby, or they was doing the same. They was at Coachella singing, you know, Christian music to the top of their lungs. Like that's what I want to see in the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going into big places because of the power that comes with what we do, like the anointing that comes with what we do, that we get in these big spots and still wreck shop no matter where we go.